Okay. Is that one better? Can you hear me now? Everything. I'm going to assume that you guys can hear me now. Good afternoon. Okay. So I'm assuming you guys can hear me. I'm just going to keep going and just make a comment. If you can't, let's keep going. All right. Thank you, Cindy. Okay. Awesome. Good afternoon to you as well. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it. Awesome. Okay. We're in business again. Well, let me just start over. Happy Thursday. We're here this week on a Thursday to talk about gratitude. And, it's kind of an obvious thing to talk about, what gratitude is, but how you really apply it in your life and how you use it as your superpower. It's kind of the approach I want to do, because sometimes some things we just need to bring attention to it so we can be more intentional with our thoughts and just the way we want to show up in the world. And so that's why I'm here, because I believe in this so much. I believe we're all capable of showing gratitude and having gratitude for ourselves and for others, and just really appreciating what we have in our life, and big things and small things. Just being grateful for that. When you're grateful, you're in that state of abundance and you have more to be thankful for in your life. And then you start attracting more good things to you that you want, instead of the negative things, what you focus on, you can tend to get more of. So if you say more, I'm in a negative headspace, you're going to attract more of that back to you. And if that's not your goal and that's not where you want to be, then coming back to gratitude and just moving all those expectations into appreciation, and it's really powerful. And so that's why we're here. So awesome. I'm glad you all are here today. I was saying it's a nice day here in Missouri. It was sunshiny this morning. The clouds have come in, but that's okay. It's still a nice day. It's our Cardinals baseball team's home opener, so it's a pretty big deal here locally. It's fun to see everyone dressed up in their Cardinals gear. But yeah, so we're doing well. So today I wanted to talk about kindness. So kindness is something that we all have the ability to do if we choose, right? And being kind to others as well as to ourselves. And I think there's a good distinction, because I know for me personally, as someone who really enjoys uplifting other people and being kind to others, I tend to focus a lot on other people instead of myself. And now that I've become more aware of this, I've really worked hard in changing some of my thought processes, and just becoming more kind to myself has really been impactful and powerful. And so that's what I wanted to chat a little bit about today. So smoky vision crafts, a bit windy in Missouri, but still nice. Yeah, it definitely is a little windy. It's actually a little chilly in the air too, but it's all good. Yeah, so kindness. So any act of kindness, no matter how big or how small, it doesn't have to be this big elaborate gesture. It can be something very small, like holding a door for someone, or opening a door for someone, or making breakfast for someone, or I don't know, whatever it is, something really small. Maybe you just write them a little note, or maybe you say thank you for helping us today, or thank you for being there for me. Again, these are all just little tiny simple examples that happen all throughout your day, and just starting to pay attention to them and be more intentional about the power it has on other people when you do an act of kindness. It has that ripple effect. And we've talked about that before. No matter how small that little ripple, it just builds and builds and builds and builds and builds over time. And you impact so many more people just by that small gesture of kindness. And again, it doesn't have to cost you anything. It is free to us. We can choose to be kind. And then when you do that act of kindness, even if you witness that act of kindness, you still get that feeling inside. You still start feeling that positive change inside. I know our son, he had a moment, I guess it was a few months ago, where this nice gentleman just acknowledged him in a restaurant for his kind behavior. I think he held the door for him. I don't know what he did, but he just came up to him and he recognized him for that and gave him this little quilt. It was like a prayer quilt. It was something like that. But our son, we drove home and he started getting teary-eyed. He had this feeling inside of him that he just wanted to do something more. So that gesture, that kindness that guy went out of his way. Well, first Lewis, helped him. I think he held the door for him. And then this guy then gave him a gesture, appreciation. And then Lewis then wants to continue it forward. And you can just see how it builds over time and how it just changes the whole energy in the room, how you're feeling, how just how your relationships are, how you communicate, just all of those good things. It just impacts all aspects of our life. And that's why I wanted to talk about it, because it is so powerful and it's something we can do. I don't know if anyone has a story that they have witnessed or seen or done an act of kindness and just seen the ripple effect from that. I know way back when I used to be a McDonald's junkie and I would go to McDonald's every day before work for breakfast. Sometimes, and this happened, I think at least 3 times, the person in front of me paid for my meal, and then I paid for the car behind me's meal, and it just continued on, and it just makes you feel so amazing. And it's just something so simple, no expectations, right? There's no attachment to it. It's just pure appreciation and kindness, and that's when it's powerful, when it's genuine, when it actually means something to you. So let's see here. Oops, I gotta get my screen right. There we go. I've often given $2 to $5 to well-behaved children with their parents' permission and making sure they knew it was because of their behavior. So they learn good behavior can be rewarded. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, it's so true. Just that simple acknowledgement or appreciation of what you're witnessing, it can just fill someone up and impact their life. Maybe they don't get a lot of that positive feedback in their life, or they don't feel seen. And then that acknowledgement, people feel seen and heard and appreciated, and it's so powerful. That energizes them to keep moving forward. And again, like you said, to encourage that good behavior as you move forward. And that's awesome. Thanks for sharing that. Yeah, so just the genuine nature of it. I think that's the huge part. It needs to be genuine. It can't be something forced or fake. You really have to just be intentional and feel it. We're emotional beings. We want to feel genuine about how we show up and what we share with others. And so if you're doing an act of kindness, appreciation, approval, admiration, whatever it might be, make sure it's true to you, and because it's going to come across that way. I'm sure we've all experienced, a compliment here and there where it just didn't really fit, but but someone was sharing that with you. So, you appreciate it, and you just know sometimes when it's really genuine. And I think that's an important fact here. Several years ago, I bought an older stranger couple meals when I learned it was their anniversary. Shortly after, another couple messed up paying their bills, so I paid for it after they left. Oh, awesome. And then how did that make you feel afterward? Being able to do that gesture. I know yesterday, Aaron and we got new tires for our car. Very exciting. And afterward, well, on our way there was a couple asking for money in the corner. And there was just something about them. I don't know what it was, but Aaron was really drawn to them. I was drawn to them. And, Aaron went out of his way to say, hey, I don't have any cash, but if you have any, I just feel like it would be the right thing to do. And so, I thought about it, and I felt the same way. And so when I was done with the car and I was leaving, I stopped and I gave him a little bit of cash. And as I was driving away, I actually got a little teary-eyed because the way they had a daughter there, and the mom, and then there was the dad. It was just, I don't know, it made me feel so good to know that I had something that I could give to them that would potentially make a big difference. I don't know what they're going to do with it, but I'm hopeful that it's going to go towards a nice meal or shelter or gas or whatever it is that they might need. It just goes to a good place. So I wanted to share that little story. And I know it does. It makes you emotional. And our son was like that too. After on the way home, he started to get emotional too. It feels good, and it's okay to have those feelings. Let's see. A week later, I returned to the restaurant. I had forgot my wallet. Manager remembered what I did before. He gave me the meal, even though I offered to get my wallet and leave my iPad as collateral. How sweet of you. Oh, that was nice of the restaurant to do that. That's wonderful. So yeah, it just, what kindness, what goes around comes around, right? And it's that full circle boomerang effect. So there's different ways you can show kindness to others, but how about being kind to ourselves? I know that little voice inside me still wants to have a really nice presence, but I've been able to use these tools: gratitude, mindset, deep breaths, yoga, positive self-talk, the mirror exercise, all these things that we've been sharing throughout Thankful Thursdays, all these little tools I've been able to use to really kind of quiet that voice. Now that voice is still there. I'm not acting like I have no not negative thoughts, but critiquing thoughts in my head, because I sure do, but I know how to handle them better. And so that's where being kind to yourself. I know when I'm teaching yoga, I always say, give yourself grace and compassion, and just be kind to yourself and meet yourself wherever you're at that time. And that's perfect for that moment. So you're doing something that might be out of your comfort zone. You're doing something that may be a little bit challenging. And so instead of saying, oh my gosh, you should know this. Oh my gosh, you should be able to put your leg out straight. Why can't you have your leg straight? That negative critiquing self that's there. Just appreciate, hey, I'm here. I'm actually moving. I am doing this, whatever this might be. And just do that. And I think that's where Aaron has been really impactful for me, is putting me into action, letting me know that it's okay where I'm at, and I just have to act there and do some form of action, and then I can keep moving forward. But if I don't ever get into that action point, I'm stalled out again. And so be kind to yourself. Those voices, that little negative voice inside your head wants to keep you safe, and it's going to keep you in that safe zone. So, acknowledge that thought's there, and then be kind to yourself. Say, hey, I'm doing the best I can right now. At least I'm doing this, and I'm going to do it. And the outcome, if it's not exactly how I want, I'm going to learn from it, and then I'm going to keep moving forward. So that's a way you can be nice to yourself. You can also invest in yourself, meaning taking a class, reading a book, giving yourself some quiet time if that's what you need. Go for a walk, whatever it is. All of us need different things to fill our cup up, right? We need to feel energized. We need to take care of ourselves and be kind to ourselves so we can continue to give to others. So my favorite saying is always, you can't give from an empty cup. So fill your cup up, feel fulfilled, feel not happy, but yes, happy, but feel like you are taken care of. And then you can focus and give all of you to others if that's what it is. You can share your light, your gifts with others, in a real genuine, meaningful way. We all know when we're tired, and for example, like being a mother, if you're ever tired, you have a million different things going on and work, and then you have to go and take care of your son or your daughter, and you're really drained. You just feel all that energy is depleted, but you still show up for them. And then you go and you do it all over again every single day. And after a while, it really wears down on you, and your mood can change even, because you don't have as much to give, right? Your stress tolerance is lower. You're quick to respond, and you're not that kind, genuine self that you know yourself to be. And then that causes that conflict inside. And I think you guys can see that whole spiraling effect that can happen. So really being intentional about being kind to yourself, turn on some music, close your eyes for a moment and just come back to your breath. Work out, do yoga, join me for Rise and Shine Yoga. Just whatever it is that you need to take care of yourself, do that. And then you can really be there for others. And so I thought that was really important to share. Let's see here. I'm making sure I didn't miss a comment here. Hang tight. Yes, I did get that. Okay. All right. Forgive me. So the other thing is just keep learning. If you see someone who appears to have the life that you want, or appears to have this energy about them, kind of pay attention to what they're doing, and maybe that there's something that they're doing. Maybe they start each day writing what they're grateful for, and they get themselves in that mindset. Maybe that's something that you could do for yourself. Don't compare yourself to them, but just learn from them. Learn some tips and tricks and techniques and tools and all that stuff, and then figure out what works for you. And there's no one size fits all formula for this. It's really what works for you. So really being kind to yourself and quiet that inner critic, and just train yourself to have the attitude of gratitude. So we're coming back to gratitude now, because gratitude, we really start to appreciate ourselves for where we're at. We start to appreciate our life. We start to appreciate the people around us more. We start to appreciate just waking up in the morning and having clean air to breathe. All those big things and little things. And it just changes your mood. It changes your outlook on life, and it really impacts all different areas of your life. One of my favorite quotes is, and as it relates to kindness, and I wrote it down, so I'm going to read it to you, is, I've learned that people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. And that was by Maya Angelou. And I think that's so important, really being present with the person, opening the door, holding the door for them, saying thank you, acknowledging them, paying for their meal, like you said. Whatever it is, people remember those moments. They remember how they felt in that moment when they were with you. And I think that it's so important to remember that. So gestures don't have to be big. They can be small. It can be a smile. It can be thank you. It can be a quick phone call, a text message, or a volley, whatever it is. That's great. And that is showing genuine kindness and appreciation, just admiration for the people in your life, for the things in your life, for you appreciating yourself by taking care of yourself. All of that is ways that kindness can impact all aspects of our life. And it's another super tool that's tied in with gratitude. And I hope that resonates with all of you. And Erin and I do have our Unlock Your Potential workshop. Let me get the banner here. Hang tight. There it is. And so this is another way you could show kindness for yourself. This is a quick shouldn't say quick, it's 1 hour workshop where we really go through a guided meditation. And it's not anything super scary. You are able to control it as client led. We will say the meditation and guide you through it. But no one's forcing you to do anything. So you just experience it and go through the process, play full out, and see what results from it. Really what it's doing, it's identifying limiting beliefs that we have. We might not even realize they're there, but they're there. And you can identify it, put some language to it, and then you have insight into potentially, how you can solve and continue to move forward from that. What can you learn from that experience and move forward? How can you rewrite that story for yourself, allow yourself to move forward, and then you're that much closer to living the life that you desire with more joy, fulfillment, excitement, purpose, whatever it might be. Identifying those limiting beliefs and then working towards removing them is huge. And I've gone through this several times. Aaron's gone through this several times. Other people have gone through this several times, and it's always been such a positive outcome. And I think because you're investing in yourself, you're being kind to yourself in that moment to take care of yourself and really give yourself the attention that you would probably give to someone else if they were stuck. But this is giving the attention to you now, and get yourself not necessarily unstuck, but just identifying what could potentially be holding you back so you can continue to keep moving forward, identifying it, removing that block, rewriting it, and continue to move forward and learn. So I would love for you guys to join us for it. Our next one is actually on Sunday. So you can sign up at oursuccessgroup.com/unlock. But we do have one every month. If this Sunday does not work for you, you can find hopefully a time that works for you. And if you can't, reach out to us and let us know, and we'll see what we can make work for you. But yeah, I would love for you guys to join us for that. So, I missed the comment. Sadly, not everyone does. I was raised, yes, no, ma'am, thank you, hold the door open. Once I held the door open for a lady and got cussed out because she was not a weak female that needs a man to open her doors. Oh, that is unfortunate, and that is tough for sure. And again, people are doing the best they can with what they have. And so I liked how you said, not everyone was raised. Not everyone knows that is a gesture of kindness, that is a gesture of appreciation and just polite, right? And that's that person having to deal with whatever is going on with them and how they're perceiving the world. And so I hope that doesn't stop you from doing it in the future. And just know that you did the right thing. And but yeah, it is true. It's not a custom that everyone is taught or learns to appreciate. It can be perceived differently. So keeping that in mind. But we only can control ourselves, right? 100% responsibility. And so in that moment, you did the right thing for what you wanted to do. And yeah, I'm glad you shared that, because that is very true. Sometimes we can do an act of kindness or a gesture, and it's not received the way that we thought. And again, that is removing those expectations to appreciation. So appreciating yourself for doing what you thought was right. In the future, which I doubt you'll come across this person again, but if you did, maybe you don't hold open the door, or maybe you smile instead. Whatever it might be, we just learn from those experiences and continue to move forward. But do what feels right for you. And yeah, thanks for sharing that. That's really insightful. Okay, well, I am going to end it there, but I wanted to say your call to achievement is really just to sign up for that workshop. Please join us, experience it, and see what happens as a result. I promise it is a safe environment. There's no judgment happening. Aaron and I really do a good job of just making sure everyone feels seen and appreciated and respectful of however we process this. It can be scary and people can feel really uncomfortable in this environment, especially if you've never done anything like this before. Just know that you're in good hands. We really, I just want everyone to benefit from it because it's been so beneficial for us. I just want to share it with you all so you guys can experience the magic that happens as a result of it. So that's going to be your call to achievement again. Sign up for Unlock Your Potential workshop. So oursuccessgroup.com/unlock. Okay, well, that is it for today. I think I probably talked pretty fast, so I apologize if so. But thank you all for joining today. I hope you all have a wonderful afternoon and a great weekend, and we'll see you next week. Bye. Yeah, so